Hello, JPU family. Welcome, guys, to another episode. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Back here for another exciting program. Yes, I have a lot to say to you guys. I have a lot to show you guys. So, rock on, come in, guys. Hit up the like button. Let me know you are here. How's everybody doing? Moderators, how are you? For some reason, guys, it just feels like Friday. I guess because the week has come to an end for me, but I'm not trying to rub it into your faces, but that's just how it feels. Before we go on, guys, give me an audio check and let me know that you can hear okay so we can get started. What an interesting week it has been so far in Jamaica, not just in the politics. It's been good. Waiting for your audio check. Big up yourself, guys. Big up yourself. Come in, come in. Jamaica has this big plan for the year 2030. And if you ask me, this is the developmental term for Jamaica. Audio good? All right. Thank All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. For those of you who are here for the first time, you don't know me, you just scroll and you see me and you see the channel and you're like, who are these people? My name is Natalie. I am the creator and host of this channel, JPU. Here we deliver current news. We talk about politics. We talk about development in Jamaica. We talk about social stuff. We talk about, you know, what direction are we going in? We talk about the 63 people who are in our parliaments, whether they're doing good or whether they're doing not so good. We talk about local government people. We talk about local government issues. You can come here for a variety of what is happening in Jamaica. So, without further ado, let's proceed. If you have not subscribed here, please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're Jamaican or has any interest, or if you have any interest in Jamaica, share this channel with your family and your friends and let them know if they want to know everything that is going on in Jamaica, current. Come over here and we have it. So, where do we start? The video I just showed you is what you can expect to see in downtown Kingston. Not just in downtown Kingston, but from Kingston going all the way back, guys, to Port Royal. I don't know if you guys remember, but if you do, tell me in the chat. Remember when I went to Jamaica a couple of months ago and coming back, I said to you guys, listen, we're going to have to do something. Yes, we're going to have to do something about how our country looks when we first coming in, whether we're visitors are returning. You guys remember me saying that? And I was saying what is wrong with the members of parliament or local government people who responds for East Kingston, Port Royal. Me say when you come in a Jamaica, when you come off a airport road and you come out on the main, the whole of this is supposed to be beautiful. When you go past cement factory and all those places, it's supposed to look nice. And I told you guys that it does not. There's overgrown bushes, out there want some lawn work. There's garbage. There is just no beautification along the shoreline there. We are so lucky to be where we are in Jamaica, where we have beautiful coastlines. And how could we not take the opportunity to beautify all of that, just like we do along the coast where our tourists are concentrated? And lo and behold, today, or was it yesterday? I'm sorry, I think it was yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew Holness, signed a contract in downtown Kingston where there's going to be this massive project, right? It is called the Harbor Walk. And guys, I am gonna make me listen to it a little bit. I want you guys to hear some of what the government has planned for Jamaica. In addition to that, you guys know that we are bidding for the FIFA women's game in 2031. So in preparation for that, we are going to have the state of the art national stadium, right? So for those of you who are just joined, let me just play it back and then we will get to the Prime Minister's speech where he signed this contract on his birthday. So let me just play that for you guys real quick and then I'll come back. All right, guys. Well, let me just give you a preview of what to expect here tonight. I kind of forgot to do that. We're going to talk about this Harbor Walk project. I want you guys to hear from some of the people who are involved, like the engineers. And of course, we're going to hear some of what the Prime Minister had to say. I am also, guys, going to talk about Dion Jackson Miller. Right now, everybody I call her labor rights activists because Dion Jackson Miller came out very strongly against the opposition and that leak that we heard where members of the PNP's highest body were saying that they would delay, sabotage the work of the recovery that the government is doing for the people of Jamaica. So she had something to say about that, which I'm going to play here. I am also going to be talking about what Jamaica should look like in the year 2030. You know, 2030 is not that long from now, guys. And I say 2030 as a kind of a time frame because we have Vision 2030 coming up, right? The game that we're talking about with the national stadium and everything, that is supposed to be 2031. But the government said they want to have the stadium ready. Them calling all these things, these road works and everything. We have some road work for sure on it too. And guys, let me show you something that is really funny. While the opposition are run up and down, I try to undermine or sabotage the government. Look at the government of Jamaica in Mark Golin's constituency fixing the road. Collie Smith Drive, big up on yourself. Guys, this is one of my old stamping grounds. Kingston 12, Jonestown, aka Jungle. The whole of this, so guys, look no different from when me I grew up as a girl. Okay, and I think it's high time for those who say they're representing the people to make the place look like today. It's still in Jonestown, especially along Collie Smith Drive. There's so much land all along that straight right there, right? And it still look like when political warfare destroyed the community. It no look no different. I don't understand for the life of me what these people say they're doing. But they're the same ones who are going around the country, going around the diaspora, talking about the government badly, as if the government is doing something wrong to the people. And if you go into their constituencies, it is they who are doing the people wrong. Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about this too. Okay? And I want to talk too about this mayor. Yeah. I want you to tell this mayor. I don't really know this mayor, but I want you to tell this mayor, say where I call him over here. So okay, I would really, and several of our subscribers are asking me to reach out because they want to hear from this mayor. So let us get started, guys. We're gonna listen real quick to Prime Minister, government. Oh, and by the way, I have a commentary about this little baby girl here. Yeah, we have to go talk about this too. Because you see right now, guys, I think the government should start looking into holding some of these parents accountable when these kids are unalive so viciously and brutally. This little baby come from down a Troy in Trelawney. Very sad situation, but I'm going to get into it shortly. I don't normally cover these things, because, it's just too horrible. But there we have it. I think I'll let you hear this engineer first. He spoke before the Prime Minister. If your eyebrows don't grow. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys hear this. We'll listen to it together and then we'll take a pause in between. Guys, you know that Jamaica just swore in 30 new citizens too. Yeah man, we're gonna talk about that too.
And recognize the Jamaica Social Investment Fund for its partnership in advancing that work. We further thank the Project Steering Committee with reps from the Port Authority of Jamaica, the Ministry of Finance and Planning, Disabilities Foundation, the PIOJ, JSIF, the Kingston Municipal Corporation, National Land Agency, National Water Commission, and the National Works Agency. All our other public sector and private sector stakeholders, and most importantly, the communities whose collaboration will be essential to the successful delivery of this national undertaking. The Harbour Walk will become one of the defining public spaces of modern Jamaica. Future generations will inherit a waterfront that is stronger, greener, more accessible, and more vibrant because the decisions being made today place long-term national development above short-term thinking. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Urban Development Corporation, I thank our partners for their confidence, our consultant for joining us on this important assignment, and every stakeholder who will contribute to bringing this national vision to life. Together, we are shaping the future of Kingston Harbour, and in doing so, helping to shape the future of Jamaica. I thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I hope we have taken the time. And in case you may not remember all the details of what our chairman spoke about, we have assembled some quick facts. So when you look to your right, my left, you can quickly see the details of what the Harbour Walk will be delivering for our country. And as the chairman says, Kingston Harbour Walk is about to reach its full potential. So we look forward to that very much. At this time, I have the great pleasure of inviting to address us Dr. Oronde Small of the Caribbean Development Bank, and also want to acknowledge our other partners here today. Dr. Small.
Thank you, Mrs. Masters of Ceremony. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, the Honorable Desmond McKenzie, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Andrew Swady, Minister of State in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Honorable Donovan Williams, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, Mrs. Arlene Williams, other government ministers and officials, members of the Board of Directors of the UDC, Mr. Robert Onigan, General Manager of the UDC, and the management team of the UDC, development partners, members of the media community groups, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is both an honor and privilege to represent the Caribbean Development Bank as we mark this important milestone in the Kingston Harbour Walk project. On behalf of the CDB, I extend sincere appreciation to the government of Jamaica for its enduring partnership and the confidence it continues to place in CDB as a trusted development partner. Today's ceremony marks much more than the execution of a financing agreement. It underscores our shared commitment.
The person in the chat who is asking if we see Paul will a skin off him teeth. Paul will not only skin off him teeth, you know. We also saw the Prime Minister referring to Paul Will as him good friend. Hey, Lord of mercy. Prime Minister say have to be careful. We no soon we hear it. But Paul was supposed to skin off him teeth because him see the plan for Kingston Harbour Walk. And the project is wonderful. They're not stopping in downtown Kingston, right? So next time, well, not next time, but between now and 2030, when we are coming into Jamaica, it's not going to look like how it is now. It is going to be like coming into Miami. All right? And the things them. So, when I finish listen to this. Yeah, Paul was supposed to skin off him teeth.
To advance in transformative infrastructure that delivers lasting social, economic, and environmental benefits, contributing to a more resilient and prosperous Jamaica. Kingston Harbour, the seventh largest natural harbour in the world, has for many years stood at the heart of Jamaica's history, identity, and economic development. As a gateway for international trade, a center of industry, and a defining feature of the nation's capital, it has played a pivotal role in shaping the country's growth and development trajectory. Yet, despite its strategic and ecological significance, the harbour has become increasingly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change.
Yeah.
And over time has remained largely disconnected from the daily lives of the community that surround it.
Mm-hmm.
The Kingston Harbour Walk project seeks to change this reality. It embodies a bold and transformative vision, the creation of a continuous, climate-resilient waterfront promenade spanning approximately 25 kilometers from downtown Kingston to Port Royal.
All right.
The segment that we advance today that moves from Raytown to Harbourview will directly benefit an estimated 32,000 residents, while delivering wider social, economic, and environmental benefits to more than 660,000 people who reside in the Kingston metropolitan area, and many more who visit this beautiful city each year. At CDB, we believe that the true value of infrastructure lies not only in its ability to connect places, but in connecting people to opportunity, in expanding economic potential and strengthening social, economic, and environmental resilience, which anchors sustainable development. It is our fervent belief that the Kingston Harbour Walk project embodies that philosophy. Its design will not only beautify Kingston's waterfront, but strengthen
Yes.
coastal protection and resilience against climatic shocks, encourage active lifestyles, support local enterprise,
Mm-hmm.
safeguard economic and industrial activity, and create a public asset that people will continue to enjoy for many years to come. So this is not simply an investment project.
Yes.
It is an investment in economic opportunity. It is an investment in resilience. It is an investment in people and communities, all intended to deliver the promise of a Kingston city that is more connected, that is more vibrant, more inclusive, and more resilient. The Kingston Harbour Walk project also reminds us that development is ultimately about people. It is about the child who will safely cycle along the waterfront. It is about the person with disability who can now enjoy a safe, accessible, and inclusive space. It is about the entrepreneur who will find new opportunities to grow a small business. It is about families who will now enjoy a safe and welcoming public space. CDB is pleased to support segment two of the Kingston Harbour Walk project through our US 1.4 million in grant financing from a special development fund.
All right. I'm gonna now go to the Prime Minister's speech, guys.
Every time somebody comes to visit me,
Just gonna let you hear a bit of what the Prime Minister had to say about it. And when I heard the Prime Minister repeating what I've said here about the condition of what he cleverly calls our front yard, right? Meaning, so when you come into the country is supposed to look, even if another whole of the, even if the front yard not really look like the backyard and around there, so the front yard to be presentable. Okay, and that's exactly what he said, and that's exactly what I observed coming into Jamaica last time. I would normally come into Montego Bay. I haven't really been around Kingston too tough, over the last few years, but coming to Kingston and coming um from East Kingston side and them something there. I mean, I was so disheartened to see that. Okay. So have a listen.
Capacity as a member of parliament for Central Kingston, a constituency that borders the harbour. And believe it or not, my good friend, no, let me not say that, you'll get into trouble.
Why?
Let me acknowledge Mr. Philip Powell, member of
Why?
parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, my very good friend. Um, and his worship, the mayor, Councillor Andrew Swabe. The only thing we share is the name. He's not my good friend. And of course, Permanent Secretary Arlene Williams, Mr. Norman Brown, Chairman of the UDC, Mr. Jorge Martinez from Carib Cement Company, Mr. Robert Honeygun, the General Manager of the UDC, Mr. Randes Spall, who addressed us from the CDB, all stakeholders, consultants, and members of the various boards who are here.
Guys, please hit up the like button. Pay attention to the moderators, please, and thank you.
Stakeholders, all nice and decent people. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Today marks an important step in the renewal of Kingston
Mm-hmm.
and the larger work of building a more resilient, inclusive, and prosperous Jamaica. Kingston was built around the finest natural harbor in the world.
It's true.
So say I,
Mm-hmm.
and I suspect everyone sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
It is the seventh largest natural harbor in the world. And then, over a course of a generation, the city quietly turned its back on the finest harbor in the world.
A true man. Guys, you see when you're in a downtown Kingston, like where the art walk is, beautiful. But once you come off the strips where the art walk is, you can see. I don't even want to talk certain things right here. So, one of the things that I would like Jamaica as well to be attracting, you have people who travel for art, you know. Guys, I have a minor in art history. And you guys hear me talk all the time about going to a place in Italy called Florence. Florence is the home of the Renaissance. Okay, I can talk art to you from now till a morning. I love the arts, I love architecture, and that speaks to me in a different way, you know, than other people who have nothing to do with art. No, in my adult life, when I look at downtown Kingston and I see the evolution of art in Jamaica, I can tell you that Jamaica is one of the richest places in the region where art is concerned. Okay? I have been to places in Europe that's known for its art history and its art. And I've studied those and looked at sculptures and everything like that. Last few times I was in Jamaica, I went to the art gallery downtown Kingston. And when I look at the art there now as an adult, very, very well done. So I would like for Jamaica to find a way to attract artists and people who study art to Jamaica. I can talk more about that later, but that's one of the things I would like for the government to keep in mind. Jamaica is a good destination for art.
You know, Jamaicans have a concept of front page,
Yes, we love front page for sure.
front yard.
Yes.
And the truth is, we have not treated the Kingston Harbor
Mm-hmm.
as if it were our front yard.
A true
We
man.
have treated it like our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the front yard, that's where you welcome guests. And indeed, the harbor is the front yard. That's where we have our airports and our ports. And indeed, the business hub of Kingston. But somehow, development was, I can't say directed, but for good reason maybe, development was concentrated more inland,
Yes, yes, yes.
more to Upper St. Andrew, Constant Spring,
Yeah, uptown, uptown.
Halfway Tree and
Mm-hmm.
above.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, we have to reckon with the high quality real estate that we have here in downtown Kingston that we have just literally abandoned.
Yeah.
The mayor and I, and member of parliament for West Kingston, we were touring West Kingston a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And what we saw was a city that abandoned its assets.
Guys, now that me tell you no idea, man. Me video it, you know? Me video it. But I just true me not want the thing look away. That's why I say me don't post it up all over social media because I have a responsibility, you know, in doing what we do here to not taint Jamaica's image if I don't have to. And I didn't have to do it. But I spoke here and said that when you come out of the airport at Norman Manley International Airport, God good almighty, it don't look good. It don't look good. The whole strip come down look nice, but when you come off of the strip and you're heading to cement factory and them place there, oh God, man, can do better.
So I'm very pleased today to say that your government is taking a pivotal step in reclaiming, embracing downtown Kingston.
Yes. Amen. Hallelujah. Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Melissa taught us a lesson.
Yes.
And that lesson is that we can't rebuild what was before the disaster.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
We have to rebuild what should have been before the disaster.
Then no summer. Hold on there, guys. Ads. Look here. The man we are saying can't see my face, sir. Where you come here for? You come here for information and you come here for see my face. Eh? I will turn off the video, you know. Come over here, come listen to the information that I give you, man. Nobody can stress me, but you can't see face. See comment them, they read the comment them, and look what I go on.
Build better than what existed before the disaster. Otherwise, we are merely inviting the destruction of what existed before the disaster.
True. Mm-hmm.
So, in taking on this mammoth project of the Kingston Harbor Walk, it is not our intention to be marginal, incremental,
Mm-hmm. Full speed.
ambitious,
Full speed.
safe,
Yeah.
cheap.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're going to be expensive.
No, but we have to do the thing good.
When you get what I'm saying,
You get what you pay for.
we must, as a nation, build. And for several generations, we have been afraid to build. I don't know
Actually.
what it is. Something has crept in our DNA.
Let me just pause here so real quick. Guys, when me tell you say, Jamaica has been longing for and waiting for somebody who has what we call the political will, right? This is what we mean. We want a prime minister and a government who has the will to solve crime. We want a prime minister with the will to build big. Okay, you see the mediocre thing, or the mediocre thing hold back Jamaica for so long, right? We need a prime minister who if him have a big dream, him is going to risk it safely. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at our history over we've ever made in my lifetime, communication, right? When we got into the whole internet, telecommunication, them something, that the biggest thing that. But other than that, you tell me, moderator, wanna tell me because I'm going to open up the phone line a little bit. And guys, if you want to make a contribution to the program, there is the super chat and also there is a Zelle number going across the bottom of the screen. Guys, if you want to know of any other bold moves that Jamaica has made in our history, want to tell me and enlighten me. Because I think the biggest one, like I said, was in telecommunication. Okay. So I could finish just here about a few more minutes of what the Prime Minister said, and then we'll get back to the program and proceed.
Into our DNA, we were just afraid to take on large, ambitious infrastructure projects. When I make these presentations, I'm often in a reflective mode. You know, the Hermitage Dam was built somewhere in 1919 thereabout. The Hermitage Dam is almost 100 years old. We have not built another project like that was built under the colonial era.
You see it?
Flat bridge. You know, what always surprises me is whenever the weather channels are showing Jamaica during a hurricane, The only iconic thing they can find to show that was built in the colonial era in the 1800s.
Lord.
The Mona Dam, 80-year-old facility.
That's why you wanna hear what me just say in my lifetime, right? We have not seen anything major like this over the last, so you say, 60 years since independence. You see? So this I call this the biggest developmental term in Jamaica, in modern Jamaica. Everything that is going on right now. Talk about redeveloping the stadium, whether or not we get the bid, we win the bid to be one of the host countries for soccer. And may I put my money on the reggae girls them from now, may I tell you no? And with this project that is going on between downtown and Port Royal and all the other things happening across Jamaica, this is the biggest developmental term. And if Jamaica people them have sense, look here. Remember Jamaica first, me say. Remember me say truth and facts are important. And if we look at Jamaica logically and the history and where we are today developmentally, and if we want to compare one administration to another, it not really matter to me. But right now in time, in the present moment, I can tell you no. So if Jamaica continues with this government at this pace, as if they fall off, then not gonna be any good for the country where development is concerned. But they have not fallen off yet. Okay? So if Jamaica continues with people who are bold and people who will, do things that we have not done and may have been afraid to do or didn't have the money to do, this is what you want. You want a constant of development in your country.
Our generation
Mm-hmm.
must embrace infrastructure and build big infrastructure.
That is it.
We must be afraid of building infrastructure. I praise the builders. I praise the people who are willing to take one block and put it on another. But I praise even more those people who build orderly, who follow the rules, who plan, who protect the environment, and who build for the future. So I want to
In other words, we don't want no unscrupulous builders in our country. And that's important. Okay?
use this project to open the minds of Jamaicans as to what is possible. Now, I was in the United States to watch a major event. Yeah, let me put everybody at ease. I went there on my own dime. The government didn't pay for me to go. I paid for myself. But luckily, I was also the guest of FIFA. So I was invited to attend. And for good reason. You may know that Jamaica is part of a bid to host the Women's World Cup in 2031. Again, I want us as Jamaicans to stop thinking small-minded
Yes.
and think big,
Yeah, man.
right? Yes, we can
That
be a
matter.
co-host. But in order to do that, we need infrastructure.
Yes.
And that infrastructure will include the rehabilitation and redevelopment of our national stadium complex.
Mm-hmm.
Minister Grange would have given an update on that in a recent sectoral debate in Parliament. We are hopeful
Mm-hmm.
that work will start next year, 2027,
Yeah.
and that we could be finished
by 2029, 2030. But
Yes, guys. So whenever you get a chance, take your final stroll in our national stadium because as it is, won't be so in a few years. I hope and I pray. Like the Prime Minister said, you got to be bold. And if you want, to host the games and if you want to look like you're capable of hosting, you have to big up the thing. You have to build up the thing. All right?
if the bid is accepted, it's only a bid at this moment. But
Yeah.
at least we must show the ambition to host. And if Kingston is going to be, well, more than likely will be the host city, we need to have more things than just the stadium.
Yeah, man.
Thousands of people will be coming.
Guys, can you imagine if we win the bid for host the game? Can remember, we have the biggest and best female football team in our world right now, female, right? Remember, we are the fastest thing in the world. So Jamaica shouldn't have to fight with nobody to get the bid. Me think we're gonna get it. But can you imagine we get this bid and you got thousands and thousands of people coming into Jamaica. And when them come off of the plane out of Norman Manley International and then stay and coming to Jamaica, right? And the place look nice. Look like how you look now. When you talk about East Kingston and you talk about Harbour View and you talk about Compass Cement Factory and come down in a town, nice. That's what we want.
We need to be able to show them a good front yard.
Front yard settings, yes.
And it's not just the Women's World Cup. There are other major international conferences which are coming to Jamaica.
Yes.
By the way, just as an aside, but important, one of the reasons why Jamaica is getting so much attention is that Jamaica is now being viewed as a safe nearshore destination.
Bop, bop, bop. Yeah. Auvex.
That's what I wish I knew before using the tip.
What on there? Auvex people. Lord have mercy. Guys, may I whip on the ads? I'm gonna wrap up this about 2 minutes.
Jamaicans have a concept of front yard, and the truth.
Jamaica, yeah.
Jamaicans have a concept of front yard, and the truth is we have not treated the Kingston Harbour as if it were our front yard. We have treated it like our backyard. And the front yard, that's where you welcome guests. And indeed, the harbour is the front yard. That's where we have our airports and our ports. So today marks an important step in the renewal of Kingston and the larger work of building a more resilient, inclusive, and prosperous Jamaica.
reduction in murders has a significant impact on how travel advisories are crafted.
Yes.
And when international entities are planning their itineraries and where to host their meetings, they do take into consideration
Safety.
what the travel advisories say, because the travel advisories inform the insurance requirements
Then also.
for mass movement of people,
Mm-hmm.
for meetings, seminars, and conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a dividend for the entire Jamaica when crime and violence is low.
Right there, sir.
It has not escaped the world, though it appears it has escaped several Jamaicans by the way they talk.
Yes.
That our murder rate was 50 per 100,000. Today, our murder rate, based upon 2025 figures, would be 25 per 100,000, cut in half.
That's good.
And if we continue on the trajectory that we are, we could see a murder rate of 15 per 100,000 by the end of the year. That's our target. That's what we're pushing for.
Ambitious. Like it.
Mind you, El Salvador has cut their murder rate from 60 per 100,000 or somewhere like 3 per 100,000.
All right. Make we cut it this so. Wanna remember El Salvador and how crime did stay over for them country, don't it? I wanna remember them get a president over there, a prime minister, who never ran for scrape up everybody. And the way how them get, how the way how them did radical with for them own over there. You have them take up all innocent people, we're in a prison, they them put in a jail. For some bad 2-3 years without trial and them something there. Their family are ball. But the man determined say him going to have a peaceful country. And they do. You got to have people with guts. You understand? So I thank Jamaica and the government for, taking the business of our country and development serious. Una spend the money wisely. Una do the thing properly. Una see where all our weaknesses are. And one of our weaknesses where I think it's utmost important is what your returning residents and your visitors are seeing when they first land in your country. So this project of downtown Kingston going all the way back to Port Royal is one of the most important in modern Jamaica. Now, guys, I just want to say welcome to our newest Jamaican citizens them. Okay, these guys from the baby come right up. They have been sworn in as citizens of Jamaica and they are proud. And I'm going to let you hear what a few of them had to say. I think it was 30 people from about 14 different countries. My daughter and I watched what they were saying today. And I was telling her she needs to hurry up and get her citizenship, and she will. So this is good. This is what we want to see. Um, and if you look at the people there, you can see that Jamaica is pretty much a very diverse country. And that's what we stand for. We don't hyphenate, no matter where you are from. We don't hyphenate anything. From you are a Jamaican, you are just a Jamaican. You're not an African Jamaican, a European Jamaican, Chinese Jamaican, Japanese Jamaican, American. No, Jamaican is what you are. Okay, so have a listen, guys, to um, some of these people who were sworn in today. Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang. Where is he? Anytime I mention Dr. Chang, he have to come on the screen over here. When you know, say, when it comes down to this, man, I'm in a ramp. Right. So, our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Chang, was there to help welcome our newest Jamaicans. So listen to what they had to say and what they think about being citizens officially of Jamaica now.
Excited. I'm so excited, and I want to give God thanks for allowing me to be Jamaican because I've been here. I first came here as a missionary to do God's work, and I
He has an accent. He sounds like he come from maybe Africa. Could be a Haiti too. Him say him come to Jamaica as a missionary to do God's work.
saw that the people were so welcoming and so friendly, and I decided to be one of them since one love. Jamaica is a place where they're always welcome Asian.
I
As
saw
a
it
Jamaican,
still.
I look forward to become a Jamaican citizen.
I saw it
What it
still.
means for my family or my brothers to become Jamaican, I just want him to experience like culture. Like genuinely, I'm so excited for him to wear a bandana. I just can't wait for him to experience what I experienced growing up. For me, being a Gadi is a big blessing. I am a Gadi long time ago. I just officially Gadi now. I love this country. I love Jamaicans. Thank you so much. Love you guys and thank you
Oh.
for making me be a big Jamaican now.
I'm so excited.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. We're nice enough, so we stay. We just don't want nobody come upset with spirit as Jamaican people. We head kinda hot certain way, but other than that, you know trouble, we're not trouble here, so we stay. So welcome guys, from the little baby to the little teenager to the big man to the people them were married, people who are descendants of Jamaicans. Big up on yourself and welcome, welcome. Guys, when we get the people them a round of applause now, because you have some people, where they write us up on the platform. They want to see Jamaica go down. They want the world to have a bad perception of Jamaica. They don't want Jamaica to have a good image into the world. And as long as we have life and as long as there's social media, I am going to be one of those people who is out here letting people know that Jamaica is one of the best countries in the world. Okay? The size of our economy does not define us. Clearly, we are a brand, we are a world class brand. Okay? We are movers and shakers, not just of the region, but of the world. So that is where it is. So welcome everybody. Now, I just want to give a shout out this evening too. Come telling you, um, we come out here to talk about our development. We talk about our parliamentarians. We talk about our local government representatives. Who is doing good, who is not doing good. We tell them, say, look here, shake up on yourself because the people them send to go to parliament and wherever for doing the work. Now, this man here has one of the hardest jobs in Andrew Holness administration. Guys, you don't know the condition and the history with our roads in Jamaica, okay? And enough people probably, let me tell you something. You see, the Ministry of National Security, I say, for response for road, rehabilitation and road work, are two of the hardest ministry them there, and the health ministry. We can say finance too, but me I talk now about really putting your shoulder to the wheel and really doing some heavy lifting. Not to undermine any other ministry, but when you're talking about national security, when you're talking about road projects and road works, whole heap of heavy lifting. So I'm going to say shout out to Minister Morgan. I see on his social media page where he does a lot of good work, and making sure that some of the places that that haven't been developing, that's been abandoned. And I want to ask a very important question tonight. Why is it that we don't see no parish council road are fixing in Jamaica? Is what's going on? Me not understand. Me I feel wonder now from the something leak out from the PNP. Me I wonder if it has been part of the sabotage operation in Jamaica. We not see no parish council road a fix. I need an explanation. But nonetheless, the road work then we are going. We see it and we're glad feet, you understand? And we're very happy that we live in a time now, social media, where we can actually see these things being done. Back in the days, we would see it. Somebody said recently that there was a time when how the government know which road to fix and when people come out of protest. When people come out of protest, can you imagine? And now we have different ways. So this is great, you know. Let me just play a video real quick. I think I have a video. Where is it? Is it this one?
Jamaicans have a concept.
I don't see it. Anyway, yeah. So, like I was saying about the roads, good job, guys. We see the work. Is the sound back? Give me a sound check, guys. Give me a sound check. Audio check, guys. Audio check. Audio check. No sound? All right, sound is back. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so the work that is being done on these roads, what a joy it is. What a joy. Guys, you know, say, where me living now? A which night? About 2 nights ago. I couldn't sleep because there is always construction going on. Anybody who visited the US or them living at the US, you knows that there's always constantly construction road work is going on. And that's the norm. And we just know say when construction work are going, then put up the barrier and then block off if you block off and you just know you just go on about your business and you drive and you detour and you do what you have to do. Couple of nights ago, where I live, they were doing road work. They decided to do it throughout the night. And I literally had to get up around 2:30 a.m. and go and get some earplugs, which I have in my closet back there and put some earplugs in my ears to get some sleep. And you know what? Get up and sleep through all my alarm. Come me having the earplugs. Cause I could hear the heavy machine them what them I use out there fix the road and them something there throughout the night. But okay. So I lose a good night's sleep and wake up late the next morning. I just say go. But rest assured, when I drive outside, my road I go good. Am I alright with that? You know? So that's always a good thing to see. And the people them, when are some of these communities what they call dieted, the people them run a jungle right now where you say the government and the minister do the good work. When looking at a place around here, so name Collie Smith Drive, around a Jonestown, on a jungle, Rima, them area there. Collie Smith Drive start down a Spanish Town Road, cross Mapen Cemetery there so, and come up. You can take this so, go around a Black Roses corner. You can go up a Lincoln Road. Them place they can take it, come out a Maxfield Avenue, you know, and so forth. When them run up and down talking about say the government and the government and the government, them not come out come tell the people them say the government a do the work in them constituencies. Okay, they need to talk these things. So work is going on, and we're glad to see it. Know that the war kind of died down because through the crime gone down. No heap of warfare now go on. You know, work can go on now. And a lot of places in Kingston could have been developed a long time ago if it hadn't been for the heap of warfare and gang war that Jamaicans have had to deal with over the years. All right, so let me just talk about this little girl and get it out of the way. So here the thing now. Somebody said something in the chat earlier, and I didn't say anything because I was gonna come to it. We talk about we shouldn't have to do this or do that, and we should be able to send our kids go shop and them come back. The reality is we live in a time today where the minds of some human beings are more depraved. What are you gonna do about it? If you cannot do anything about it, you just have to move through the world more cautious. Okay? Now, this little girl here from down at Troy in Trelawney, 10 years old. When you hear her family talk about her, community talk about her, she was one of the top performing students at her school. She have her medals and her certificates to prove it. Very good little girl. Her grandmother sent her to the shop. She didn't come back. They found her, throat slash, all of them things there. The boy grape her, 10 years old. Guys, I don't know when some people are going to understand that in today's society and today's world, you cannot send your 10-year-old child off to the shop, off to the neighbor's house or anywhere alone. You just can't do it. When I was coming up in Kingston in the 90s, we used to take bus to go to school by ourselves at her age. But you know what? We used to always walk in groups. So all the kids from our community that go to that school, whether you go Calabar, all age school, or whether you go half a tree primary, whatever school you go, there's not going to be just one child in your community that goes to that one school. There's always a group of children because remember, some of the schools them in Jamaica is your zone school. So most of the kids them in a year local area go to that school there. Why are we sending our kids out at 10 years old alone? You just cannot do that. And especially, I heard the family members them talking. Said the boy who take away the little girl life. is her family, is a family member. And oftentimes, it's family members who do these things, people who the kids them trust. Most kids are not going to go to strangers, but they go to family members because they trust them. Okay? The father mentioned that this individual has been in and out of jail for the same thing, for messing around with kids. So I want somebody to explain to me, when is the justice system in Jamaica going to acknowledge that you cannot have people in your country, in your society, who violate kids? They might do them time, you let them come out and be among kids again, unsupervised. Can't have that. One of my friends yesterday, she said to me, because you have some of them now we say, me I work for the government. They say me I work for the government. So as a matter of fact, she's a family friend. She grew up with my parents, but she's very youthful. If you watch Big Up Yourself. And she said to me, say, you can go on up on your platform, go advocate for the government and the justice minister, make public the registry with the names on it. She didn't say anything bad, but we have to look at the reality. In Jamaica, if you remember, I said Jamaica is a place to deal with jungle justice. We don't see what they do with the boy. You understand? So Jamaica deal with jungle justice. If you go and release the names, we're trying to bring down crime and all these things. If you go ahead and release the names of the people on the registry, what you might have is that them cannot go nowhere and live or survive, and people are going to start unaliving them. I don't have no sympathy for people like those. Don't get it twisted. I don't think they can change. I would never trust my child around somebody like that. I don't care if it's a family member. Them can
Jamaicans have a concept of front yard. And the truth is, we have not treated the Kingston Harbour as if it were our front yard. We have treated it like our backyard. And the front yard, that's where you welcome guests. And indeed, the harbour is the front yard. That's where we have our airports and our ports. So today marks an important step in the renewal of Kingston and the larger work of building a more resilient, inclusive, and prosperous Jamaica.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I got a phone call, um, so I had to jump off. Anyway, like I was saying, and I'm gonna be calling up a guest to participate here real quick. Like I was saying, and I'm going to ask if she agrees with me. If you go ahead and release the names of these people, I mean, I can only see them coming under physical attack and violence. That's not what we want. We want them to be known. Maybe we can develop a way where citizens, for example, you move into a neighborhood, you want to know if there's anybody in your neighborhood who is on a registry. Maybe there's a place you can go to look at it. But for the government, just drop them names. So I don't think that is a safe situation for Jamaica, right? Maybe the government or the justice minister has a plan. I don't know. I must seek that information though and bring that to you guys. Give me a sound check. Let me know if you can hear me before I get the guest on here. Say yes in the chat. Moderators, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. This is serious, people. Give me a mic check real quick, guys. Let me know if the audio is good. It's good on my side. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Make sure you're hitting up the like button, guys. Hit up the like button for me.
Good night. That's for you. Beautiful match.
Hi, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Oh, there's a commercial on again.
On your side?
Protection is not enough. Using old school online protection is also
You're live, you know?
Oh, hi. Oh, the commercial pop up. Skip on my side. I was
Oh,
watching on
okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
Good night.
So, good night. You have to turn down the background for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, good night. You want to introduce yourself to the audience? We have what,
Hi
900 odd
guys, this is
people?
Carrie.
Yes.
Josie still peace supporter Carrie, an activist. Yeah.
Yes. So, Carrie, you were supposed to join us a while ago,
I know
and
I don't get a notification with WhatsApp, so I end up missing that one.
that's okay. We're not gonna do you anything. Just saying welcome and thank you for taking the
Okay.
time to join us. So, Kerry, tonight we're over here talking about a variety of things. We're talking about the prime minister and the government and their political will in redevelopment and development and the Kingston Harbor project and the national stadium and all these things that we want to accomplish. We're talking about the 30 Jamaicans, the 30 people who were just sworn in to be Jamaicans. They got their certificate of citizenship. And then now we are down to this little girl, this beautiful little girl. I think her name is Shani from down at Troy. And I was asking the audience what they thought about a registry because people have different opinions. Them say, well, right now it's time for Jamaica to make a registry public or something. How do you think that the government should address this?
Boy, we definitely need a registry. But the thing is, the community was aware of what this guy had done. But if he if he is from the community, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, if he is from the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he allowed to go back into the community around kids? Um, I don't know.
So who is that onus on? Is that onus on the law enforcers in the country, or is the onus on the family members and parents, or both? You know what I'm saying?
I will say both. I will say both.
Okay.
Both the government, because we need the registry. I guess they should have on a special ban or something. Need the registry.
Mm-hmm.
Where alert can be put out whenever they're seen anywhere where people can just
Okay.
keep their child close by. And also, the family should have made sure that this man was nowhere around their house because, you know, they have children, underage children there.
Yeah.
So,
Or even in the community, because I don't think he took her from the house. I think he stopped her when she was going to the shop for her grandmother. So the community had the community all had a responsibility to make sure they protect the kids from
but
this man.
I'm also hearing that he used to, because he's some cousin,
Yeah.
family to the little girl. I'm hearing that he was hanging out at the house.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Boy, it's
Yeah, I'm
sad.
hearing that he used to hang out at the house and is not the first. Well, all right, let me just leave that. But I hear that he used to hang out. He hang out at the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
So
did the father, the father was arrested too. The police them lock up the father because the boy get beaten and he must say to the police them say the father do it. So they lock up the father. People might protest right now as if they let go the father kind innocent.
yeah, I saw that they were protesting. But what persons is saying, what I also heard of the protest from one of the persons protest on the live was that the father had warned that man, the cousin, not to mess with his daughter.
Jesus father.
So everybody was aware. So
Mm.
they all failed this little girl. This little girl, they all fail her.
Oh God, man.
Yeah, man. He should have been, kept away from. But in these type of situation, that man have to have some mental problem for you to do something like this.
To
He
be
should have been a
honest,
patient at Bellevue and all of that.
to be honest with
So,
you, I think anybody who messes with children are mentally ill. I think
yeah.
they all, and I don't think you can fix them. And that's why I strongly believe that these people should be isolated from children for the rest of their lives because there's nothing that you're going to do to change them. And that is why this time he unalived this little girl because he's been in trouble, legal trouble, several times before. Him don't want to go back to prison. And the little girl know him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she know him because I heard that he was hanging on at the house. So I don't know. The family failed this little girl.
Mm-hmm. They did.
The family failed her.
Sad to hear.
They should have, just like how they came out and protest. They should
Mm-hmm.
have come out and protest for that man to be removed from the community
Mm-hmm.
and be isolated somewhere. You understand?
Yes, yes,
It's not
absolutely.
once but twice. So they could have come out. They waited until the little girl dead, and then they came out on Black Road when they knew about this man in the community. They should have
Mm-hmm.
came out and protest and have him removed from the community because it could have been someone else and not the little girl.
There has to be a way. There has to be a way to and do it. No, we can't wait no more longer. This little girl here should she should be the face of no more longer. We cannot wait tomorrow, next year, nothing at all. Come with the legislation now to make sure say we're protecting our kids from these people in the community. They're in every community.
Mm-hmm.
So
But all right, in this case, right? If
mhm.
you find out where you're messing with little children, obviously you need some mental checks. So is he on medication? Is he receiving help for the situation?
I don't know if he was medically diagnosed for something
Mm-hmm.
because usually they aren't. Usually
Yeah.
them just have this impulse for children and I don't think it's a clinical thing. Them just they have to deal with the legal consequences when they cannot control their impulses.
Mhm.
It's
So we have to
terrible.
look to see how is it done after you're fine messing with children and you
Mm-hmm.
get released. Do they put you in some kind of program to get some kind of mental checkup?
Yeah.
Check you out to see what state you're in because for you to do something like this, you got to be mentally unstable.
You know what I
You
think they should
understand?
do? I think they should treat this like they would treat the program that is called the AA program. You know, the Alcohol Anonymous program?
Exactly.
You know,
Yes.
say you have some people who go in at the AA program where they struggle with alcoholism, and they in a program for the rest of their life. Meaning say they go to these meetings maybe once a month, but them keep connected with the organization to help them stay sober because a lot of them
Yes.
can relapse anytime.
Mm-hmm.
So these people who deal with children, who deal with children harmfully, I think there should be some kind of program so them can keep themselves in check and so that them can find them tribe and them community will support them. Because you have people who are like them, who them will support them and them thing there. And that's fine. They can do whatever they want as long as they're not posing a threat to our children in the community. We have to have this conversation as a country. You have people who advocate for registry. Me no know because there are many aspects to it. But we got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the country and everybody learn from this
Mm-hmm.
one year, and something is done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to say anything about, this big developmental plan and thing that the government is doing?
Okay, well, the last one that was signed for was the Kingston Harbor,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a very big one, especially with the hosting of the women's soccer, World
Mm-hmm.
Cup soccer. This is a very, very big win for Jamaica. And just know that these places, what's going on right now with these redevelopment, especially with Kingston Harbor, these places have not been touched since independence.
A true woman, that's what the prime minister that say I heard it. Mm-hmm.
Since independence, nothing was done
Mm-hmm.
to these places. So this is a big win for Jamaica. And there's a lot more to come because NARA haven't started as yet. So there is
Mm-hmm.
it. I tell people Jamaica is just starting to get built.
A true since
You understand?
independence. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we are
So
on our way to a first world country. NARA is about to start, and there's so much that is not a part of NARA that is also on the table.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So what do you think about the leak, the recent leak? Lord God, me forgot to play it. Me go play it,
Yeah, I think you
Um
should play it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me just play it real quick and then we will come back. Cause Dion Jackson Miller made a comment on it. She's getting a lot of backlash. Everybody's calling her labor right now.
Oh, I saw that. She's upset with her PMP party for doing that.
Yes.
I guess,
I'm
the
gonna
fact
play.
that she put her party color aside and
Mm-hmm.
noticed that there was something wrong that the PMP was doing with that statement. Yeah.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna hang up real quick, play it, and then ring you back. So stand by, okay? Because I'm not gonna be able to hear it on this phone.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and play what Dion Jackson Miller said about the sabotaging and the leak that came out from the PNP NEC. Have a listen.
So it's October 22. Because I think it's important to put the discussion in the context of the 28th of October 2025 Category 5 storm that killed at least 45 people. Last time, I haven't heard anything on the missing people yet, so I don't know if they've updated the number. At least 45 Jamaicans dead, thousands of homes damaged. Lots of people are still living in substandard conditions. And we're actually hearing a discussion about if this were going through the parish council, how they would have used delaying tactics for hold up. This is people's lives. You know? Just so they can try get back into power, which they couldn't do at the last election, otherwise they would have been voted into power. And I don't know. Like I said, like both of you, it's not that I'm surprised to know that these discussions are taking place, but I think it's honestly just hearing it and thinking of Western Jamaica the last time I went. Thinking of my friend called me from St. Elizabeth earlier this week and was telling me how him heart hurt him when him hear see women having to have babies under tent because they're not fully recovered yet. And then you hear this kind of conversation, and it as we used to say in high school, it's sick stomach, man. Because I think it's important to put the discussion.
Lord of mercy, Dion Jackson Miller. Can't hold it, she a ball out. Murder. Ah, boy. Yes, Kerry, you heard that, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really sad because all along this recording just shows us that the PMP didn't want the people to get help.
Mm.
There was definitely some sabotaging going on with the whole recovery that they were a part of. You
So,
understand? There was a lot of programming and getting these people sign up and pushing for them to get help. It just shows in this recording that they were not doing that.
mm-hmm. So how do you think this is gonna end? I mean, do you think that this is gonna affect the opposition because the party leader has not disassociated himself um from it?
No. Well, Mark Golden was never hold anyone accountable for anything. I mean, look at Dennis Garden get caught thieving taxpayer money, and he came out and said that he don't see anything wrong with it.
Mm,
He was summoned to come in front of the PAC meeting to answer questions,
mm.
and he never showed up to answer the questions. And you know,
Oh, jeez.
Mark Golden to me don't hold anybody accountable. Sylvia, who
Mm,
unalived his wife, is still a member of the PMP. You have Victor, right? His 13-year-old daughter. He's still a member of the PMP. And as we talk about this young girl tonight, let's not forget that we have a PMP MP that is now out on bail for doing this to his own 13-year-old daughter. So we can, PMP party to me is just, they don't, I don't know.
why do you think these people gravitate to the PNP?
I mean, you will only find persons who are not well thinkers, the brainless, people who are not thinking, who don't read, do their own research. These are the people that I see that are supporting this PMP party, especially this PMP party under the leadership of Mark Golden.
Mm-hmm. Cause
No
PNP used to be.
accountability, and the things that they fight against, things that are thrown on the table to benefit the Jamaican people, they bring politics into it. Look at the school bus system
Mm-hmm.
that was put out there to protect our children
Mm-hmm.
traveling back and forth from school. They fight against that. We have so many taxi men out there and other persons that are messing with our young children. The opportunity they get to bring them to and from school. And now we set up the school bus system and they fight against it. And we're hearing good things about it.
Mm-mm.
They've got a great mark. So the PMP right now, they want to see Jamaica fall on its knee. They want to see the country crash. They want to see the worst happen right now. They want people to suffer so they can get on a political stage and say, vote for us. You understand? They don't really want the people to get help. They don't. It's about sabotaging and a dirty politics game that they're playing out there. They're playing politics with the people's life.
Mm. Where's the country in the next 5 years?
Where do I see them?
Where do you see the country in the next 5 years?
Boy, I'm seeing the country in the next 5 years. I'm seeing Andrew Holness definitely getting that fourth term to
Wow.
continue.
Wow.
There's a lot of work going on now, and we would like to see him finish up those projects that he's doing. We don't want PMP to get back in office and stop these projects. Who knows what will happen? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't afford to put this country backwards. We can't.
Besides the concern that the PNP, as you said, may stop the projects. If they don't decide to stop the projects, if the Jamaican people allow them to lead the country, do you think that the PNP is capable of managing the country at the same level as this government? This
No,
PNP.
not even close. Not even close. I mean, look at the leadership. They have a conference coming up soon, and I
September.
think they mentioned Damian Crawford. Look at that, Damian Crawford and Mark Golden running for the leadership, and none of them are qualified right now. I don't see anyone in that PNP party
Mm,
that is qualified to sit as prime minister for this
wow.
country. Not one of them.
Mm-mm. All
Not
right.
one of them.
Well, is there anything else you want to say to the audience? I'm gonna take a few more calls before I log out. But the people them over here, they're they're engaged in the chat and listening to us. And you want to say anything before you go?
I just want to encourage you guys to stay tuned with the government who is running the country. What I mean to, follow the government pages and get your update and your information from those pages because right now we're fighting against with the media and the misinformation. The media houses are spreading a lot of misinformation. So it will be best for you guys to follow the Prime Minister and all the other government officials and get update on what is going on in the country. And don't allow the PMP to lead you guys astray with their misinformation. All right?
Okay, thank you, Kerry, for stopping by.
No problem. Big up yourself, Nats.
All
Good night,
right.
everyone.
Yeah, man. Yes, guys. Boy, may I tell you no. For those of you, um, for those of you who have not heard, for those of you who have not heard, the the argument. Hey, guys, wanna hear what come out of the town hall meeting? Me forgot to talk about that, but me put up one video this morning. Wanna can go look funny. Wanna hear what come out of the town hall meeting down at St. Elizabeth where the opposition keep. They were keeping this town hall meeting that they said they're gonna invite Jamaicans to give me a second. Let me just take this call. Hello, good night.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, welcome.
Once again, good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I've always heard you put forward the argument that the PNP are an enemy, especially this new risers group,
Yeah, man.
And we have seen, certain behaviors and actions of that particular group
Mm-hmm.
that would make you want to accept it, right? For instance, when they went overseas and Vegas had to go and do that thing, you kind of wondered if it was really so,
Mm-hmm.
However, listening to this voice note, there's no way I can spin this. This cannot be spun in any way other than these people do not want, they don't care about Jamaica.
Mighty God. Mm-mm.
They do not want to see Jamaica progress. They do not want to see our people progress and lift themselves out of poverty and have a good life. They don't. And that is why they talk about the poor so much. They love to see people.
You're muted, caller. Oh.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
How can you worst natural disaster that any country has ever gone through? Lives, properties have been destroyed. The government in power has put forward a mechanism to the opposition members of parliament deliberately setting out, scheming to sabotage those efforts.
Mm.
Did you listen to the lady? You heard her voice? You heard how she was talking?
Yeah.
How she was just scheming. Can you imagine if they had put those sort of effort into something positive, like coming up with good, proper alternatives to what the government put forward? Can you imagine if they were strategizing for the good, what Jamaica would be?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this, and it sounds extreme, but this is my view. The risers, because I'm not going to pin this on the PNP, because as you rightly say, As bad as OPJ handled the country, he would not have stood for this.
No, no man,
Would
nobody.
not have stood for this.
Nobody would have do that, man. Peter Phillips, nobody
Right?
would have do that.
Nobody.
Mm-mm.
This group of people that you refer to as the risers, the
Mm-hmm.
fifth column,
Mm-hmm.
they have to get out of.
Just lost that call or the phone muted. But guys, you know, something came to me. I'm gonna take the next call. Just give me a second. Let me say this. Something came to me today as I was driving about the recording. Okay? When Peter Phillips was there as the leader of the opposition, he was there during a time when the government was trying to get all their ducks in a row to deal with this crime monster in the country. Wanna remember the states of emergencies, the zones of special operations, right? And as leader of the opposition, Peter Phillips didn't always agree with the states of emergencies. And I remember he stood in the parliament and said, this one time when he said he didn't agree with the state of emergency, he stood and he spoke and said why he didn't agree with it, and he made an alternative suggestion. And he said to the government, even though I don't agree with it, I am not going to stand in your way. And Dr. Phillips voted yes to the state of emergency. Yes, when Dr. Phillips voted yes to the state of emergency, in a group, a WhatsApp group, somebody leaked out to me where Golden, Dayton Campbell and them, they were in there crucifying them leader. I said, why I'm going to agree with the state of emergency and Ray Ram shouldn't agree with it. And that is when I saw that Dr. Peter Phillips, a patriotic Jamaican, and Mark Golden and Rise United them, they're just bad mind and wicked and want power. There's a big difference. And this is why, no matter the political back and forth between Dr. Phillips and Andrew Holness, and Dr. Phillips did something very offensive to Andrew Holness, which is talk about how him get him house and them thing there. And Andrew took offense to that. But at the end of the day, you will never hear Andrew Holness questioning the patriotism of Dr. Peter Phillips. I don't ever question it either. The patriotism of Mark Golden has no patriotism to Jamaica. Peter Bunting, Dayton Campbell, Ian Hills, they have no patriotism to Jamaica. You could have never see crime so high. And it better you go vote for the state of emergency. And whether it fail or it don't fail, it cannot be said that you did anything to obstruct something to bring down the crime in the country. What did you see happen after Dr. Phillips left the leadership of the PNP? Mark Golden, Bunting, them coming every day. Them accost the government about the state of emergency. I said unconstitutional, really. The courthouse come with something, yes. When people went to court about being in lockup and them something they under the SOE. You know, when state of emergency called, anybody can get locked up from there in the way. That's how it go. You understand? And then went to court and the court rules that something was unconstitutional. However, that does not negate the fact that the SOE was needed. It worked, as we can see. I just have to remind people of that. Hello, good night. You got to turn down the background, please. And the background is very noisy, so call back when you're quiet. Boy, may I tell you no, it cannot be clearer than this leak This leak that came out. I told you guys it's a gem. It is a gem, that leak, because it shows you the underbelly of the PNP in its current state. And I'm glad the caller emphasized that these things won't see them a do. You would have not see Portia do it, Peter Phillips, PJ, them not go cross certain kind of line. And that's just it. Back to this mayor here. Anybody know this mayor man here? We have to talk about the mayor them in a Jamaica. From the start about the mayor, then me see two other mayor, me not go call their name. Me see two mayor, then jump up on social media and run up and down. I do so I show themselves. I show themselves. Me not go show no out, but me see no. But I would have wanted me they come over here come make we ask him some things. Hello, good night. You gotta turn down the background, sir or ma'am. I can hear myself. I know that some people may not be that tech savvy, and that's okay. But when you call the program, guys, first thing, make sure that the background is down. I'm gonna stick around for about 5 more minutes. Anybody want to call? If you come late, we had a good show tonight. Hello, moderator. Hi, good night. Wagwan.
It's been a while since I give our 2 cents for anything. Yeah, I'm gonna take you back to the initial stages. We had talk about the whole Kingston waterfront and you know, development going back to Port Ellen. If my memory serves me well, I think back in the 80s, we have a committee, I think was led by one Elemental and one of them.
Okay.
We did have a plan in place for the whole development of Kingston waterfront right up to Port Royal from back then.
True? What year was that?
Yeah, from in the 80s, man, from in the all the time.
Backside.
Coming into the 90s after JLP lost the 89 election, that plan was scrapped.
Mm.
Downtown Kingston was abandoned.
Oh my God.
A lot of government ministries and stuff.
That's good. Let me see. Look like me I forgot to a break. Oh, it's working now. It's working now.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying, the death of downtown up in the early 90s, the
Mm-hmm.
Kingston waterfront, there was a whole development plan for the whole Kingston waterfront right back to Port.
Mm.
Yeah. And I don't know what was the rationale behind it, but when they start moving out the government buildings from downtown and start bringing them up in a new Kingston and other places and leave downtown to
Oh
come down,
God. And they
you
did
know,
too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it does cripple a lot of things.
One to all, so we have a couple movie theaters in a Kingston too, right?
We have
You remember
even
you
some
remember
place
Majestic?
downtown one theater and all that. We used to have hotel and seaside cafe, same place downtown waterfront.
Look on our
Ocean was the
Majestic.
place at the time.
Look on our Majestic Theater.
Well, most of them theater downtown, they just right down and forgotten about.
No, sir. Kingston have to
Yeah.
become more vibrant.
We are talking about even some of the government buildings that were downtown. A lot of factories used to depend off of them street downtown.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Mm-hmm.
after the whole meltdown in the 90s, and some
Mm-mm.
of the factory people them pack up and left. All them building they just left up.
Mm-hmm.
Government building them move and start the new Kingston and all kind of rogue elements start take over downtown and most of them building they just left up.
Mm-hmm.
So here the prime minister talk about some prime buildings, some infrastructure down there where they just left up and the place was run down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in a recent time, I think in about the last 6, 7 years, some businesses start, pump back in some money on the waterfront to start see back some activity start, come back downtown.
Yeah. So well on then.
It is a good look to see
When
what's happening.
when we hear this argument where people are say, boy, they don't want to invest in rare. Do you really think that
Put people in there, sir.
me look people are saying, man, some of the people them in a some
We hear us say that nobody ever consider them to the people. They're alien thinking that.
where's your alien thing?
No, not alien. Remember when one pool in the run for PNP presidency, and I think it was Katie Knight was saying see some alien like behavior.
Oh
People thought that's right by them way in the party. When
yes.
I see anything, anybody out there that say them no want to invest investment, this or that. Alien thinking that not
Mm-mm.
like minded somebody. When me in the country no good now, go let them utterance.
Mm-hmm. God have mercy. All right, well, make we see how it go. We'll keep updated on all the big and the major developments that are coming because now it's time to make some bold steps. We have not been bold for too
Yeah, man,
long.
we're going to see a lot of bold steps being taken
Yes.
because that's one of the things where I cause so much fright, which leads to the whole vice note leak, which me not consider that to be a leak. That's how we let out. Somebody just let that out because they wasn't in agreement with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody that and them conscience appeal to them and they know so this is them people are plotting right
Mm-hmm.
and them just decide to let it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's surprising to you who new to the politics, but for those of us who have followed it over time, nothing really surprising about it.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a key part of most of them people's strategy over here, say assassinate people character.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Eat mud pie. And we
Mm-hmm.
see it. We see it throughout the election campaign last year. It was all about mudslinging, character assassinating. It wasn't nothing about presenting policies and plans to win over people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So, I'm not really nothing new, but it's just that
I think we're back. Yes, we are. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. My goodness. All right. So somebody was trying to call the program. And I think to fix this, what I'm gonna have to do is I don't know, get a phone where nobody knows that number, nobody will call it, and just use it for live stream. How about that? Yeah, because I think that's a problem now because I can't have the program being disrupted like this, when we're live. That's not acceptable. Shouldn't be acceptable to you guys either. So, I'm glad you guys stuck around because I didn't want to just leave like that. The gentleman who was trying to call, I'll wait around a few more minutes and see if he will call back. I think he had something to say. In the meantime, I'll take another call until he calls back. Sorry about that, guys. Jamaica is going in the right direction. How about that? The people them, no sir, the people them who campaign against Jamaica in the worst way, just because, I don't know, I don't even want to go there because it's really water under the bridge. But sometimes we have to go there because the campaign is still active. The campaign against Jamaica is still active, right? But guys, it's a good day for Jamaica. We have our 64th independence celebration coming up. And boy, do we have something to celebrate. When we look back at the homicide rate, for example, in Jamaica, it was terrible for too long. For too long. I think this is the first year, the very first year, that we can celebrate the decrease of homicides in Jamaica from the start of the year to the end of the year. First year. Okay? Last year, we only had 700 or something. So I think so. I think 700 or some homicides. But we didn't know that until the end of the year. But this year, so far, they've reported only about 236 as we enter July. So at half of the year, we were only at 230 something. That you can't complain about that. We don't want to celebrate that either because 230 something are too many lives lost. But for us, we've been dealing with this for some 30 odd years. We can celebrate and it's okay. So, like I said, this year's independence celebration, I'm looking forward to. I hope that the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the government will put on something nice for the Jamaican people. When they had their expo the last time, boy, that was something to see. You guys did a fantastic job. But I hope that this year they can find a way to include, Jamaica's safety and security as part of the whole independence celebration. So that's good. But anyway, guys, let's wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoy the program. Please to hit the like button before you leave. I saw, I must say, 1.1 thousand people over here tonight. So please make sure if you don't do anything else, hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Guys, the people they must send me some things I say right now. JPU at the artist thing on the YouTube. Me no know because me not look for compare with nobody. Me just I tell you what the people they must say. And anything the people they must say, and that we are work with over here. So we are the artist thing. We are the artist thing out here, right? Where it comes on to truth. facts, news, and information. So for those of you who stay tuned here and keep the channel, help us keep the channel going. I appreciate you. I cannot tell you enough. Without you, there's no JPU. We don't really a compare. I mean, it was generally known that since the election, a lot of people, especially those who were campaigning against Jamaica, they are falling by the wayside. And you wanna be honest and say that's expected, right? And then there are other people, where I don't know, whatever. But if the people them say at JP, are the artist thing, we are the artist thing, and that we are work with. So make sure that you want to subscribe and come back and stay tuned and keep liking our content, sharing our content. And I thank you guys for your super chats and your zeal and all you do to support this channel. It's important that you support the channel, to not just motivate us, but let us know that, you like the content and you like what we're doing. Content creation is not always easy. Some people see it and think it easy. Always easy, guys. When you see the video I put up this morning, make sure you watch it. I put up that video while I was getting ready to leave my house. And it was so urgent. Me didn't want to hear. And I did half it in a no, so all right. So here what? Let me tell you know where I do because some people they're not here. Some people them not here. Send off a call the phone and me can't bother. So what me I gonna do? Me I just get one phone just for the program and that will solve the problem. But anyway, guys, you take good care of yourselves. I'm glad I was able to come back after the disruption of the call to come say good night to everybody. And welcome to our newest Jamaican citizens. We like it. Have yourselves a good night, guys. Take care.